Well, hello there, everybody. Got a hour or two before I gotta get off and head to work this morning, and felt like playing some Path of Exile today. Take a break from the Apex Legends, and yeah, not really anything in particular. Just wanted to run some maps,
Don't want the whole town on my back.
shoot my arrows, and let y'all see how my Poison Ranger's doing here. And yeah, let's just get right into it today. Oh yeah, I'm gonna probably do this tower. I need to get a map that has 0 revive so I can unlock all 3 slots in the tower here. Let's see here. What do we got? That's got a 0. Extra fire, elemental resists. Yeah, I mean that's good enough, I guess. We'll do that because I don't think I have. Yeah, these two have 2 revives. Okay, we'll do that one. Towers, you got to do 0 revives in order to unlock basically all 3 of these slots here. You'll see what I mean. Like if I were to put this 2 revive in there, you can see it only unlocks 2 slots for my tablets. Tablets are basically the things that can add extra modifiers and components to all the maps and a radius around it. So by doing the 0 revives, now we see all 3 of them will be unlocked as long as I complete it, as long as I don't die, which should not be a problem. I also did not. Okay, this one's got a boss in it too, so we'll have to be a little careful there. Let's get to it. I hope you all are having a good day today. Today is Friday, so that should, for most people, be a happy day. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, only 4 rares, it looks like. Probably lots of mobs. Oh, this is, never mind. My bad. This is like a 3-level tower, so there's doors to get to the 2nd and 3rd stories. I did some updating my character. You can see on the bottom left, like over here, I have a little bit less energy shield now. I still have all my maxed resistances, so I'm not quite as beefy as far as taking damage as I used to be, but let's go to skills here. You can see my poison burst arrow. It's jumped up a good chunk from last time. I ended up getting, I don't know if I had this ring or not before. This one's an alright ring. I think I'm going to end up finding a better ring at some point. Something that's got, you know, maybe more tier 1s on the prefix attack modifiers. And then I got a new pair of gloves for now. Gives me some accuracy and attacks and some resistances. And one of the huge things is the gain mana per kill, because I was running for a while with no mana recoup, no mana leech, no mana per kill, and because my bow that I'm using now, I don't know if you saw this last time, I have a +3 to the level of projectile skills, which increases the damage. I don't have the multi-arrow shot anymore, it's a single arrow. But yeah, my mana, if you notice on the bottom right here, when I shoot my arrows, you know, I'm using a little chunkier amount of mana every time. And so when I get those kills and I get that 41 mana per kill, that's definitely been helpful for maintaining.
I shall put you down. Suffocate.
Let me open the box. Go away. Oh, this is rituals in it too. Alright. Yeah, definitely doing more damage now. Able to clear things out better. You can see I take a good chunk of damage too. And me being a chaos inoculation, I only have 1 health point. Because when you do chaos, basically immune to chaos damage, you don't get to have life. Everything is based on your energy shield. So, you know, when you see my energy shield dropping down, it's not like when that breaks I have any more life. Just when my energy shield's gone, I'm dead. So gotta be careful with that. but very doable. Played around with it quite a bit, and so far I like it. I think it's a pretty good combination of damage and survivability. So let's do this ritual here. See what we got. What is this guy gonna have in it? Me. What I'm really looking for is basically specific kinds of omens, not these ones. And I'm hoping these little slots, when I do the rest of the rituals, we'll get maybe a omen of whittling, or something that's worth a lot. That way we can sell it, make some currency. I've lost a lot of. I don't want to say lost currency. I've used a lot of my currency. A couple weeks ago, I was up in the I think I got up to 60 or 70 divines or something. I did share with my brother a little bit. I've had some good luck in the rituals and was able to sell a lot of stuff. And then that's how I kind of got a little bit better equipment, or I should say different equipment, to help get to where I am right now. But yeah, now I'm running low. I think I have less than 20 div now. So we definitely should build that back up a little bit here. Whew. They're trying to get me stuck in that corner. There's a divine. Wow, first map of the day. That doesn't usually happen. That's awesome.
What luck?
Might hear some sippy noises. I'm still drinking my coffee this morning. There's something nice about mornings, having a new day, a new morning, feeling refreshed after a good night's sleep. It's good stuff. Okay, we're gonna definitely grab this Gloom Shrine, because these are good. They're temporary, but you can see my Poison Burst arrow went from 52,000 to 65,000 DPS, and I got basically a minute of use here. So take advantage of that as we can. Basically, that just means I'm gonna kill things a little quicker, which is helpful. We're gonna skip looking at the rituals because I just want to take advantage of the time that I have here. I do not want to do the excavation. Those just usually well, in my opinion, they're just a waste of time. I don't usually get very much out of those. Okay, next floor. And we're almost done with the Gloom Shrine buff there. That's okay. It was good to help get that ritual cleared out quicker. Yeah, get it. Get some. Oh, by the way, the other night I was playing some Path of Exile late night, last night and the night before, and ended up making a new friend. Got him added on Discord as well. We chatted. He seems like a little bit younger guy than me. I'm 40. Still gaming in my 40s. We do exist. I want to say, based on, I didn't ask him his name, or I do know his name. I didn't ask him his age, but from his profile picture in Discord, he looks like he's probably in his early 20s. Cool guy. Neat. He definitely is a little bit nerdy like me, which is good. Maybe I can get him and his friends and me and my brother to play some Path of Exile together. And it's nice when you get a group of friends, because it just makes gaming more interactive and more fun. It's not as lonely. And no omens. Not a chaos orb, but I'd rather just spend my points here to reroll. Maybe have a chance of getting a good omen here. Nope. I get one more reroll. But first, let's just take a look at some of these things here, see if anything looks valuable. No. What's those boots? No. Nothing good. What's the spear here? Man. Okay, last reroll. Nope, not a good omen. I mean, it's a Sinistral Alchemy. It's not really worth much, so... Well, that kind of sucks for those, but that's the way Path of Exile is, you know? You get some good stuff sometimes, and then sometimes it takes a long time to find something good and worth it. Ooh, that's got a +4 to projectiles on that bow. The max you can get is +5. I think we'll buy that, and we'll play around with it. There's one more ritual I believe I can do, but I don't see anything else in here that I really want, so we're probably just going to skip that other ritual, because, I mean, the only point is maybe some experience, but, yeah, I don't really like crossbows. Okay, first things first, what I like to do, this is why I carry all this currency on me, is so I can, instead of taking a bunch of items and filling up my backpack and then going back to the refuge and then, you know, with a full bag and then trying to upgrade stuff, I just do it out here in the field. You know what I mean? That way if the upgrade doesn't look great, I just toss it back on the ground and move on with my day. So let's see, what do we get out of this? You get a total of 6 modifiers for the maxing out upgrading them. We have just one right now. That's a suffix, but it's a good suffix. So yeah, let's go ahead and see what our second one is. 1 to 42 lightning. Not bad, meh. It's kind of bad. It's kind of low. Yeah. Okay, well, we'll still continue to see what we get here. Attributes. That's gross. Reduced attribute requirements. There's much better things you could get. Okay. Well, we're gonna just throw some exalts on here anyway. Okay, we got a mid-grade increased physical and damage and accuracy. Okay, we have 4 stats, 4 mods, so we get 2 more. Looks like 1 more prefix and 1 more suffix. The way that the upgrades works is once you max it out, you basically get a total of 3 prefixes and 3 suffixes to make your total of 6 modifiers. And what that means is prefixes have certain stats that can be added to it, and suffixes have certain stats, but you can't get the same stats that you get suffixes on prefixes. So for example, the +4 to projectiles, that is a suffix skill. You can't get a plus to level of projectiles in your prefixes. I don't know if that makes sense. Oh man, 12 dexterity. These are some low stats here. And a 5 to 7 cold damage. Yuck. What we might do... No, we won't. I don't want to waste currencies trying to use chaos orbs and changing stats and risk losing the +4. I think I'm just going to save my time and we're going to move on with our day. Could have been a decent little weapon there. Turns out that it's not. I mean, it's probably a decent weapon for somebody at some place in the game, but it's not good enough for me to make anything significant in currency, so I'd rather just not waste my time on it. That's probably a good little ritual tablet. I have a bunch of ritual tablets, but I know those can be desirable for people. They take up very little space, so we'll hold on to it. Okay. all suffixes. Gross. When it comes to the mapping, the waystones, prefixes are more desirable than suffixes. Suffixes basically just give, like, the map make it more difficult. Monsters get more damage and extra things, or you might have like curses, certain types of stuff. But that's okay. We're gonna keep it anyway for now because it doesn't have any of the suffixes that I refuse to play, like temporal chains or reduced cooldowns. You're not. Oh, I didn't want to start the ritual. I'm not paying attention. That's okay. Okay. That was a little bit scary. Lost like 3/4 of my shield there. Well, since we did do that, let's go ahead and just double check in here. You know what? I'm going to grab this crossbow anyway, I think. And just see what we can upgrade it into. This guy. Yeah. Let's do that. It's probably not going to be anything desirable. But, yeah, it's already bad. Tier 10 cold damage. I don't want it. The twin crossbows, the twin bows, and there's another one, I forgot the name off the top of my head. They add the, you can see on the ground there, it says loads an additional bolt. Those are good because when you have 2 bolts or 2 arrows firing out of your weapon instead of 1, it's basically doubling your damage output because the arrows are hitting multiple enemies and you're still getting the same damage for it. So that's pretty nice. Okay, that's interesting. Let's see here. Ooh. High intelligence and dexterity is pretty good. Mid fire, mid to low fire. Low. What is that? Evasion rating and max life? Okay, it's a double stat there. And some more evasion rating, max mana, it looks like. It's not a terrible helmet, but it's just not, it's not going to have any real value there. I'm looking for basically things that are going to be worth a divine or more, because I don't like to fill up my stash tab anymore with anything less than that. It makes gaining currency at this point in the game slower, more tedious. Die, die, die. That'd be cool if in the same map I found another divine. That's only happened once to me, but that was pretty sweet. Find a divine in one of the mobs, and then I found a divine fighting the boss. That was pretty cool. Okay, I think we're done with this level. We should have one more level to complete. And a boss. I gotta keep in mind, I don't have revives. This is a tower, so I need to be careful. The boss is here in this room. So you can see the skull here on the map. That one's like more of a reddish orange color, while rare monsters, when they're on the map, they're just yellow. So that's how you can tell, where the boss is, where it's located. And looks like no monsters, so this level is just going to be the boss. And I know who this is. This guy's a pain in the butt. Ooh. There are some ads there. Keep my distance from him. This dude does tend to hit a little hard.
Toxic rain.
I am liking my damage output now. Ooh. Yep, I almost died there. See what I mean? That guy does some Some nasty hard hits there. Keep your distance. You stay back, buddy. Storm Gore. My guy loves shooting lightning out of his mouth. Muscoozy. Nice. That's a good. And we just have to find that precursor, or I'm sorry, the beacon now. I don't need any more Overseer tablets. I'll take that. We'll just kind of look at some of these, like the jacket, the helmet, the bow for sure.
Stay light.
I'm full. Okay. First, what we got here? Upgrade in the field. See if it's worth holding on to. I always, on my maps, it seems to work out best for me after some trial and error. I just do upgrade them all the way up to 1 exalted orb, so that way I have 2 revives on the map. And then I like to keep the 2 revives just for some peace of mind on each of these maps. You know, gives a modest amount of mods to the map, and then I corrupt it, because sometimes you can turn these 15s into a 16, or get some extra things on the map. And sometimes it messes with you, messes all your stats up, and there we go. You got a 16. Nice, nice. 16s are good. We take those. Let's put this divine up here. Okay, what does this guy got? Accuracy, mana, rarity, cold resist, lightning resist, chaos resist, but the lightning resist is good. The other 2 resists kind of suck. We're gonna just drop that. Yep, we're gonna drop that. This bow, ooh, it's got an additional arrow. That could be good. And a mid-range for physical damage. This is a fanatic bow, so it doesn't come with a base stat of physical. It comes with a base stat of chaos damage. Doesn't mean that it can't turn into something good. It just, most people desire the physical damage being really high. And then it's got leech life and mana, which is not bad. Those are some higher tier. Okay, 78% increase on the physical. And then last stat, accuracy. It's kind of a mid bow, not gonna lie. Not terrible again, but you know, I don't think I want to mess with it. Those bows take up 8 spaces and don't really have a lot of space in my sales tabs. I want to save those spaces for good stuff. Wow, 2 tier 1s, lightning resist and rarity. So far, so good. 29 intelligence. Okay, okay. What else we got here? Ooh. Tier 1 to cold resist too. Yuck. And then you get a tier 10 for max life. That's alright. What? And a tier 10 for max mana? That's disgusting. However, tier 1 for rarity, lightning resist, and cold resist is pretty good. Somebody might be willing to attempt to craft that a little bit. Try to whittle away the life and mana for better stats or something. I think we're going to save that, and we're going to attempt to sell it for a divine. We'll see what happens. Okay, now I just need to find this little doorway. Typically these are right here where the boss was. Yep. Activate this precursor beacon, and now the map's complete. Yay. Yummy, yummy coffee. Okay, so now what I'd like to do is I want to grab... Oh, you know what? Let's upgrade this tablet. Tablets only get 2 upgrades. Pack size. Okay. Well, alright. What do I have for my unique? I don't like these expedition tablets in general, so the unique ones, I'm like, I don't really care for those. I might end up trying to sell those. We could take the delirium one, the ritual one, and then maybe a good little irradiated one to make a +1 to the level of the areas. That one's got a 17 maps. Maybe we'll go with that. Rares, shrines. Yeah, let's take this 17. So like I was saying before, you can put 3 tablets in that tower that we completed now, since we completed it with 0 revives. And that will affect basically this whole area out here within the circle. So I hit influence. See how all these maps just got all these bonuses to them? That's kind of the key you want to do with these towers. You want to get these maps to get these bonus features, because when you have more bonuses, you have better chance for getting not only more monsters and more loot, but even higher rarity type of loot as well. Doesn't guarantee that you're going to get anything amazing, but it definitely increases your chances, and it makes the maps more difficult and more fun. They're more packed. Cool. So we'll do an example here. This one, it's got the corrupted. It's got irradiated +1 to monster levels. We got ritual altars. We got a delirium mirror, and the unique delirium tablet I put in there means that the delirium, in general, the delirium, you'll have a time limit. Delirium allows you to pick up things like simulacrum splinters, which I don't really need. I don't pick those up anymore. You can buy that stuff for fairly cheap. But the other thing that's beneficial about delirium is you get distills, little distilled potions and stuff that you can use to put on amulets and or maps to make the maps delirious. And some of them that you can find, especially when you have an infinite amount of time to do the delirium, you can end up finding some high level ones. And then of course we have a map boss. Cool. So we'll go ahead and attempt that. Since it does have a lot of good stats on here, or a lot of good things like irradiation, rituals, and all that, I think I'm going to... Oh, I'm lagging out. It's frozen for a second or two here. Come on. I think we're going to go ahead and use one of these T16s. Because when you put a tier 16 map on one that has irradiation, it adds a +1 to level, which basically means the monsters are going to drop. So the way it works is T15 basic on just a basic map with no irradiation, you get a monster level of 79, okay? Now when you get items dropped, certain items that are level 81 and above, they have higher tier levels, higher base stats of the modifiers that can go on them. So 81 and higher is basically the max. You have a chance. So like for example, when I grab a bow and I upgrade it and it gives me, you know, physical damage or something on there, the base of that physical damage will be at the highest level. So that way when I go to add mods and I increase the physical damage or whatever, I have a better chance for that bow to do more damage than a level 79 bow, for example. So T16 instead of T15 makes the monster level 80, and then when you put these on the irradiated maps that do a +1 to level, that's how you get the 81s. And then the rare monsters will be level 82, and then the unique monsters like bosses and stuff, they'll drop level 83 stuff. But basically 81 and above is what you want. And I like doing 16s on irradiated because basic monsters, just the regular mobs, will drop level 81 items. So that's kind of how you get yourself, you know, the good items, the most desirable items in the game. Anyway, we're going to do this one because I don't like enfeeble or monster increased movement and attack speeds and all that. That's just a little more dangerous, and I do less damage with enfeeble. So we're going to do this one. This one's, you know, monsters do more critical hits and damage, but that's okay because I prefer that over like enfeeble and the other stats on the other one. Let's get it. Make some more coffee. Kind of get an overview of. Oh, that kind of stinks. There's only. Looks like only 6 rares. But that's okay. There's a mirror somewhere here. Should be right in the beginning. Where is it? There it is. And then there's also a boss. You also need to be careful when you do like T16 on irradiated because especially in Delirium too, the monsters will be more difficult and hit harder. So you want to make sure that you're able to handle that kind of stuff here. So here, basic. Oh, I forgot to go put that away. That's alright. So this dropped from a basic enemy, and if I click information, okay, it's a level 82. That's good. We'll identify it. Yuck. Yucky. Tier 10 lightning. 20 mana per kill. That's not terrible. What else we got here? Critical damage bonus. That's some desirable for critical builds. What else? Let's see. We got 1 prefix and 2 suffixes so far. This one we might just drop. Attack speed's good. Mid to yeah. I'm gonna stop. I mean, exalts are cheap, but it's just not a great bow. So even though the item levels are high, all the item level really does is say that you have the possibility of getting the best types of weapons, but it still depends on the mods. The mods have to be good tier levels, and they have to be good mods. Why are you trying to make me pick the bow up? There we go. Let's see what we get out of this. Alright, sorry guys. I know I get all talkative in these games. I don't want to get all talkative. I just want to kind of play before I have to go to work, so I might stop explaining everything I'm doing. Of course, if you have questions, feel free in the comments to ask. I don't mind that. Just get into the action, you know? Do it, lady, you know? Do. direction are we going? Kind of to the right and then back down. Okay. Owie. You guys mean.
An easy trophy.
I don't know why, but I have the Beatles' Yellow Submarine stuck in my head right now. We all live in a yellow submarine. Twin bow. Meh. Meh. This part might be a little boring because of the fact that I get a bunch of level 81 and plus items. I tend to be a little more boring and kind of checking things out and seeing what I could find on these things. Because I mean, that's the way you make currency, or find good gear for yourself.
Cultivate.
It's a little bit of work.
Nowhere to run.
I play on controller instead of mouse and keyboard because that's how I've always played. I've always played on console games and growing up. Now that I have a gaming PC, I still prefer being on controller. So it's what was the point? Oh, the point I was making there is items, picking up items and like sifting through them. I kind of have to maneuver my character around the correct way to pick up specific things or activate things, and it makes it a little bit difficult sometimes. That was very underwhelming. Okay. You know? Okay. Me. Alright. Yuck. Spell damage with plus to level of melee skills. Not very good stats to have in combination with each other, I don't think. That's not bad for a quiver. Not at all. Let's see what else we get. Okay. Last, 14 dex. I mean, it's definitely not as good as the quiver I have. At least for what I'm going for with my build, I don't think. Yeah, just as far as damage goes, I got higher tier on mine. But that's not a bad quiver. I'm sure somebody would be interested. And we can go ahead and corrupt it right now because you can't quality or socket quivers. So let's see if we can brick this thing. It did what? Absolutely nothing? Did it change the number? Oh wait, did it change the... Shoot, I don't remember what the stat was. Was it cold damage already? I don't think it did anything, which is fine. Could be worse.
Row. Cut you down.
That quiver might be worth 1 or 2 or 3 divines. I'm not sure. What I really need to do is get one of those side apps or whatever, or a added program to the game to where I can check the value of things based on the market, so I don't gotta just kind of guess or like manually search them up. I'm just too lazy. Okay, what else did we see in here? Nothing so far. That looks like a pretty cool staff for the fire level of skills and then increased fire damage. But unfortunately, people don't use staves because you can see, well, I guess it doesn't show you right here, but a staff is a two-handed weapon, and a lot of people that use like magical characters, like the sorcerers, they tend to use a wand because that's a single hand, and then they can use like a focus or something else on their offhand, and then they get, you know, both of those stats combined versus like a staff where you have to use both hands to wield it. Yeah, anyway, still got more rituals. I don't like re-rolling until I first do enough, like 3 of the rituals at least, to see what all the hidden items are. 'Cause obviously, if there's something nice in the hidden item and you re-roll, you're just going to get rid of it. What do we have here? Check the boots out. Spear. Running out of exalts. Should probably be a little more picky with what I upgrade here. Yeah, should have just been more picky there. Yeah. The volatile wand, I don't really like volatile wands. I obviously don't use wands myself, but most people are looking for the attuned or the accurate wands. Basically, there are certain wands that you can get the plus to level of spell skills, and volatile is not one of them. It could get other good stats. Like, that's not bad for spell and fire damage, but it's not really what people are looking for in the high value items. So we're not going to mess with that.
Cultivate.
Dunkelholt. Okay, doesn't look great. Never heard of that one yet. Ooh, Gemini bow. What is that? Fire, 2 life per hit. Meh. And then maces are just. I don't think many people use maces. Okay, we can open this another time. Nice. Me. As you can see, even though it's a map with the, item level 81 plus, still sometimes it becomes difficult to find good items. Those uniques are, depending on the unique, most times I'd say I don't know what a good stat is. Very, very low amount of times does a unique actually something that people are looking for, because they don't have, like, so they did this thing where in the beginning when they first came out with PoE, a lot of the uniques were just very underwhelming. There's a couple that people are like, oh yeah, these are good for builds, but they were low level and they were good for going through the beginning of the game, and then you just find other items that just outperform them greatly. With an update not too long ago, a couple months ago, where they added some more uniques, and some of them were much better. You could use them at, or they required higher levels to use, and they did do better stuff. But even then, it's still, I don't know, I want to say like 19 out of 20 different types of uniques are basically worthless. People just don't care for them. Did I see that? Yeah, I already saw that one. Okay. Where's these other 2 rituals at? I like how I said I'm going to stop explaining things and just play the game, and I'm still explaining things. Well, I can't help it. For some reason. A ring. Yuck. Elemental weakness. Yeah, that's one of those where I'm just like, I don't really... It's got a 76 increase to rarity. Let's just see what else we get out of that. Yuck. Yeah, I don't want it. I don't want it. There's one of them. Whew. Yikes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, nothing I want. Let's re-roll. Nice little stretch. Siphoning Wand, but it's chaos spell skills. People tend to enjoy the wands more that are all spell skills increased instead of just like, well, all spell skills or lightning spell skills in general are the most desirable. Okay, we're gonna reroll again. It's gonna remove all my tribute, but I have one more ritual I could do if we find anything good in here. What's that one? Nope. Well, I don't think we're going to continue with the rituals, because I don't see anything in there that's really worth it. Just not worth my time. Armor and energy shield. Yuck. Most people, like the majority of the general public, tend to like armors for their builds to be either evasion or energy shield, or a mix between evasion and energy shield. Now, depending on the stats, the modifiers, you know, if you get like an armor and energy shield, it might still be worth it, depending on what kind of stats, you know, mods that come on the armor. Oh. Running out of room. Yeah. Tier 5 sandals. Let's see what this is first. Yucky poo poo. Yucky poo poo. Okay. Hopefully we get something amazing out of that. We got the 35% increased movement speed. That is not bad. That's max for movement speed. That's what I wear on my boots. And of course I have a rune in there that gives me an extra 5%. So that's desirable, and it's an energy shield, and it's item level 82. Requires level 65 is a little bit lower than desirable. You kind of want it to be in this, 70, 75 plus, but it's not a bad start. Let's see what we get with this guy. A 34 to lightning. That is not bad at all. Okay, we're just gonna throw, I don't know, now see at this point, depending on how you are with your, wanting to craft things, versus just kind of throw on some upgrades, you could go get a greater essence and kind of hone in on a specific subcategory. So going from 2 mods to 3 is when you can use the graders, and you can end up like getting a category like speed or something else. Of course I already have speed, so it'll probably do like a different type of speed for a suffix or whatever, but I don't care about doing all that right now. I don't really have room to hold this and wait till I can craft in my stash, so we're just gonna throw a regal on it, see what happens. And that sucks. Yucky. Only at 20 to max mana. Well, let's see what else we get. Okay. 20.5 life regen per second. Tier 1. That's not bad at all. 50% reduced chill duration. Not a desirable stat. And last but not least, 25 to max energy shield. Very mid. Very underwhelming. Because it has the 35 to movement speed, nah, you know what? It's not worth, it's not worth my time. It's just going on the ground. I'm a busy guy. I got things to do. I don't really have time for all that. I'd rather just spend more time killing things, finding other drops, possibly finding some currencies dropping out of the ground that are worth it, like divines, instead of spending my time in the refuge trying to craft and whittle and all that. I'm not really desiring that kind of stuff. I don't remember. I think the rituals, we didn't see anything in there that was desirable. This one's only got 1 mod on it. Let's see what we can get out of these cheaper currencies. That's just not worth it. I think we're still going to do this ritual just for the sake of the monster item drops. See if anything happens at the end of it. Get that Gemini bow. Throw an orb of alchemy on it. And it's gone. Oh, something over here is lightning happy. I hate rituals that have a bunch of obstacles in the way. It makes maneuvering around difficult. Nothing like trying to roll out of the way of a group of enemies trying to attack you and then just getting stuck on a tree or a rock. Okay, why am I slow? Yeah. I don't think there's... Ooh, there's an emerald. That might be worth. Okay, I think we'll just take the Exalt. What do we got on this guy? Crit damage bonus, accuracy rating, chance to poison on hit, and then it can get one more. Projectile damage, if you've dealt a melee hit. Let's corrupt it. See if we can get an additional stat on there. No. Oh, immune to maim. Not gonna lie. It's not quite, it's not quite what the people want. Okay, where is this? Okay, there's some rares. Oh, there's a whole center area I haven't been to yet. Okay. That's the only downfall to like a tier 16 map, and it's not really a downfall, but it takes longer to get through it because you're really focused on looking at the items and seeing what they have. The only time it becomes a downfall is if you don't find any good items and you just wasted a bunch of time. Let's see what we could do with that here. Physical, lightning, those suck. Melee is kind of low for those skills. Yeah, just drop. Get it away from me. Oh, that guy's really slow. Don't mind that.
Lethal.
Gemini bow. Already just poo-poo stats. Wait, somebody trying to buy something from me? Oh yeah, he is. Okay, let's do that. We're gonna make a divine. Oh, what is this guy trying to buy? Is it in this one? What? What was the item? Tiara. Stash tab trade. Okay, so I'm looking for... Where is the purple outline of it? Okay. I don't see it. What the heck? Am I blind? Oh. So it says stash tab trade, left 11, top 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So it should be up here. What? Oh, there it is. What the heck is wrong with me? I couldn't see that. There we go. Nice divine. Tell the dude thank you. And easy as that. Put my divines away. Okay, back up to 23 now. See, it's doable. You can make some decent money in this game. What I tend to do is I just, I fill my trade tab up with only things that I think are worth divines or more, and I don't really tend to focus on anything less than that. It's not worth the time and effort. Like this right here, I don't know why I still have a 10 exalted item in here, and it still hasn't sold, so I just think we should get rid of that, Let's go sell it to the vendor. This one, 20 exalted, like...
You did well. Here is what we have. All right.
Yeah. Okay, since we're here right now, we'll just go ahead and see if we can fill some of these spaces back up with some things I picked up here. Like this quiver will fit in that 3 spot there. I think we're going to just try to get... Well, let's see here. We have tier 2, tier 3, tier 2, and then 636. Cold, lightning damage, accuracy. Lightning damage is pretty desirable for a lot of bow users. Accuracy is good for the critical hit chance, and then it's also got critical hit chance and then a critical damage bonus. You know what? I'm going to put that up for like 5 divine. I think it's possible to get that. Of course, if it doesn't sell for a long time, then we might lower the price to 2 or 3 or 1. I don't know. We'll see. This one sucks with the mana and life. It's got good cold and lightning resist and good rarity. We're going to try for 1 divine. If it doesn't sell, you know, in a week or 2, we'll just take it back out and we'll sell it to the vendor. 'Cause I don't have any use for it myself, I don't think. See, that was... Yeah, see, like I have a good energy shield stats and some good mana on mine, so yeah, I'm not really interested myself in that either. So yeah, we'll go ahead and throw this back in there, get rid of some of these other items, and I think I also need to stack back up on my currencies that I carry around with me. Put this guy in here. I'm gonna do some organizing, and I'm lagging now. One thing about this game that's kind of frustrating sometimes is just the random lags, especially if you're in a map. That kind of lag right there, where it takes a few seconds and then you get that loading black screen and then it comes back. That will... Anything that I've uncovered in the map, like revealed on the map location, you know, when I look at my mini map or open up the big map, you reveal it and it kind of shows you where you've been and so on. When you get that lag right there, where it does the black screen with the loading, it completely makes everything unrevealed again. So you don't really have the ability to see where you've been. It's really quite annoying. And then of course, if you're playing with a friend or, you know, a party at all, and you get lag, that sucks, because the monsters don't pause. Like me playing solo, the game just kind of pauses and freezes up, and that's at least nice solo, because I'm not gonna die in the middle of lag. When I'm playing with like my brother or just a party of other friends, you have a good chance of possibly dying just because you're lagged out, you can't see what's going on, and monsters are still moving around and trying to hit you. So, you know, having a good internet connection is good. Having a fast internet connection. I just pay for Cox's monthly $50 a month, which, I mean, for the most part, it works pretty good. I don't really want to, you know, I don't make a shit ton of money, you know. I'm trying to make sure I can still put food on my table type stuff. But also sometimes it just, PoE servers get laggy too. It's not always my fault, but I'm not above humbling myself and saying that, yeah, it could be my connection a lot of the times. The benefit to the lagging outside of the map is apparently I can still have all this revealed. If it were to lag inside of the map, then all this would be blacked out again. But yeah, it looks like I just need to complete this map by... I just have those 2 more rares up there, and then of course if I run into any like strong boxes or something, we'll go ahead and do those too.
Cultivate.
Okay, I think I'm done picking up items and just looking at everything. It's kind of getting boring to me. Unless the item says like tier 2 or higher, or it's specifically like a ring or an amulet or a jewel or something, I think I'm just going to leave them on the ground. Or specific items like Gemini bows, twin bows, and that kind of stuff. That rare just fell over. What is that? No. Oh. Oh, that's right. We have a boss here. I completed the rares, and so that spirit has no rare to possess anymore, and so that's why I made that weird noise. I think it was kind of a laggy noise there, honestly. But it didn't say map completed, which reminded me that I have to fight a boss in here to complete the map. Armor. Armor. 90% delirious on this one. Yikes. That's interesting and cool. And probably dangerous. Hopefully we don't get any poo-poo stats on it. Reduced flask charges is not terrible. I don't use flasks that often anyway. Okay, what do we get when we give this guy a little corruption, We just bricked it. 60% less recovery rate of life and energy shield, which really sucks for my build. I have only energy shield, and I kind of rely on not only the faster start of the energy shield, but a good recovery rate. But because it's a 90% delirious, I'm still going to hold on to it for now. So I'm a weirdo like that. Okay, let's see what we get this amulet to do. Evasion rating, strength, lightning resist, mana regen. No. The answer is no. Okay, what about this one? Oh, nope, it already has the... Wow! Another 60% less recovery rate. Okay, we're just dropping that. There's no delirious or anything special. We're not wasting our upgrades on that. See anything else in here? Nothing that I really want to look at. Okay, now we move toward the boss section. Hopefully don't get killed by this dude. So the map we're doing right now is already a 75% delirious, and that's basically I think the max you can do when you put distills on maps yourself. With some expensive distills, you can get 75% delirious, which basically means... Is this one the 75? Of course, all the items in the way make it hard to read the stats. Where is the stat? Why can't I see it? Huh? Do you guys see the delirious level? Did they change something? Delirium increases 9% slower. Delirium fog never dissipates. Contains a mirror of delirium. Oh no. This one wasn't the 75%. No, I still have that. I used a 16, that's right, on this map. Okay. That makes a lot more sense. because this map had a mirror of delirium and it doesn't ever dissipate, so delirium encounter, basically it increases the further away you get from the mirror or whatever. Okay, let's go do this boss. Looks like he's, oh no, I didn't even read it. The tormented guy. I'm not too thrilled about this guy. He's got some nasty attacks. My delirium here is almost at a level 7 too. I wonder if there's not really much else I can, any other monster mobs. It's hard to get to 7 on the level. Maybe, I don't know if killing this boss is really gonna get us up there. There's some more of these guys. I don't know if I'm gonna make it 7, but you never know. I do not like this guy. And he is very beefy. Takes a lot of damage. But mainly what I'm scared of is this guy's got some hard hits. Like, some of his attacks are just insane. Like that right there. That would probably almost kill me if I got hit by that. No. What is that? I've never seen the electric spirit guy teleport around like that before. Please don't kill me, man. Ah! Well, that was close. Hit me with something that slowed me down, and then he tried to smack me while I was slow. That was a cheap shot, buddy. I have to say that this, playing this game becomes a little bit easier if you've ever played the Dark Souls series games. You know, you get good at dodge timing, dodging for attacks on bosses and stuff, and it helps. Now, of course, you still have to learn. Ooh, he hit me with that, and I didn't die. Thank goodness. You still have to learn the timing of their attacks and the types of attacks they have, but get away from me. Almost done. Die, 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 die. There we go. Nice. Yeah. I was never worried. Gemini crossbow. It's not a bow. An oil mask. Who wants to put a mask on their face with oil on it? I don't care for bucklers. Check the brace. Oh, I guess I don't have room for that. Okay. We have picked up quite a few maps here. This one, because it's all suffixes, there's no delirium. You know what? I'm just going to drop that. We'll go ahead and keep this guy, because it's got some delirium and rarity. Put that in the slot there. Okay, check these out. The leech mana and gain mana per kill, which are both tier 1. The physical and fire damage, those are nah. And physical physical base. I'm gonna say. Oh wait, we can put one more. What else? Critical hit chance? Yeah, I'm gonna say no on that. It's very mid. Mana, evasion, cold resist, lightning resist is great. It's max lightning resist, but the rest of them, I don't know. Some more mana and what is that? Energy shield. Tier 5. What else? Life regen. Yeah. We don't want that. Critical damage bonus, lightning, 48 life per kill. Eh. It's all say tier 2 and 3 and stuff, and it's just. If I was asked to judge it, no. They're not. They're just not. Decent mana and cold resist on those. Can we get some 35% movement speed? Chill duration, of course. Oh, it's an armor and energy shield too. Stun threshold. Like why? Okay, all of these suck. Bye-bye map. Okay, so we got like 1 or 2 items that might be worth something out of there. Better than nothing. Let's put these in our map stash here. I'm gonna put these high delirious away. We'll save those for another time, maybe when I get a group play thing going. I think that's gonna do it for this video, guys, because I do gotta get my butt ready to go to work here. I gotta leave here in about 30 minutes. And I'm just still in my pajamas. So I hope y'all enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps. I'd like to grow my channel a little bit if possible. But yeah, I hope y'all have a good Friday, a good weekend. Happy Friday, everybody. Yay. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace.